So, what were you doing in 1999? Well, me, I watched the first Matrix movie that came out in 1999. There was some kind of hubbub about, some kind of big Y2K scare, but doing what I do, working on stuff and things like that, it really didn't affect me, so I didn't care. I didn't have a computer, and we didn't have smartphones, so there was really no big deal about that. But I do know what one person was doing in 1999. They were buying this. So, 1999, that's when somebody bought this, brandy new. And so that makes it 26 years old. And it's got some wear, it's got some age to it. It's okay. From what I understand, it still somewhat kind of sort of runs, maybe, when it wants to. Really hard to start, fun stuff like that. But anyway, I think we're going to dig into this a little bit, see if we can't bring it back to its former glory, maybe a little rattle can refresh. Let's dive into it. Let's drink it in and see what we got here, see if it's worth fixing. Let's get to it. All right, so we got here is we got a couple of badges here where it was either serviced or worked on, which might be a little indication as to why it is 26 years old and still functions, because somebody gave it a little bit of love. But I've seen a couple videos on these things, and apparently, like I said, they were quite the little workhorse. Uh, Handy little machine. But we can see that, there's some additions here, like somebody put some new fancy retention arm screws in there that really do the trick, right? We'll probably dive into that a little bit. So it's a 4-cycle or 4-stroke. So meaning it works just on regular gas. So we'll probably dive into the fuel, make it happener over there, maybe give it a little tune-up. We're missing a fuel shutoff lever there. So we'll see if we can't get that replaced, because odds are if you don't have a pair of pliers handy, you're not going to shut that off. And so it just sits there with fuel built up in there, and the next time you go to start it, you're going to have some issues. We'll give it a couple yanks, check the compression on it, see if we can actually get this thing to wake up. I don't know. We'll see. Check the fuel that's in it, all that fun stuff. But anywho, I think we can have a little bit of fun with this, and who knows? Maybe it's got another few years in it. Well, let's dive into it a little bit more. So, this is obviously when they decided back when it'd be a good idea to cover everything in plastic and make it all look nice and clean and consistent. So the first thing you have to do when working with something like that is get through all of the little shrouds and fun stuff like that, so you can get into things that you actually need to get into. Now here's a picture of a spark plug back here. Oh, look at that. Oh, fancy. Well, that is not hooked to nothing. Okay, so the first thing we want to do is start diving into this thing a little bit and see what's what. Now, right here, we got a picture of a spark plug. So one would only assume that if we lift that little window here, we're going to find a spark plug back there. Okay, let's, I think I see one problem already. Let's see if I can get you some light in there. So there's our little spark plug window. And right here is the spark plug lightning hose that's not attached to anything. And if we look right down inside there, there is a spark plug in there. This just isn't attached to it. So maybe somebody was checking for spark. I don't know. But we'll pick up where they left off, apparently, and see if this thing does have any spark. We'll probably yank that plug out of there too and see what kind of story that tells. Oh, it's always fun, but that's a fancy little door. So let's dig into that a little bit. Let's pull it out. Let's see if this old girl's got any spunk left in it. See if it's got any compression. No compression, then I don't know how far we go with it, but let's check that out. Okay, so we wanna yank that little spark plug out of there, but seems to be a little bit down in there, so I had to get myself an extension. Let me hold my tongue right. Now you fit them in. There we go. All right. This extension might be a little much, but it's what I got. Let's yank that thing out of there. I think we're getting there. Oh, there we go. Let's pull you out of there. So actually, it doesn't look too awful bad. There's no buildup on it. It's not all fouled out. That's good. That's good. All right. So now, if we poke this in here like that, we need some sort of metal, but we don't have a whole lot of slack with this. Because I want to ground it out. Let me grab a, well, go ahead again. Okay, so seen that, we got sparkles. Ignition, let's turn that off. Mike, you want to come over here and pull on that handle again for me, buddy? I just want to pull it slowly. Okay. Again. Okay, cool. Thank you. All right. Sounds like we got compression, but let's go ahead and throw that plug back on there. And then just for shits and giggles, we're going to give it a yank once it's back on there. Once I get it back on there, and we'll get it back on there. Let's put it back on there. Get on there. Okay. Mike, can I borrow you again, buddy? I don't know whether that, is there a pair of pliers right up there? Hand me those pliers, would you? I don't know. Oh, well, that's something. Yeah, that shouldn't be doing that. So that's missing something there. There we go. Huh. All right. Yep. Okay, so we've determined that it fires up and it runs pretty good. But also, we have this fuel petcock here that's missing a part. It's actually missing two parts. Right here, right here. No, it's missing stuff. Anywho, the goal is I think we're just going to change that petcock out because that was one of the problems is without the dial, and it is leaking in behind here, so there's probably a seal about it. We're going to replace that. We're going to change that petcock out, and it may not be exactly this one because that's an expensive little bugger, but we got one I think that will work, and it's the same orientation as the on-off that we have here, so we'll plug that in there, and once that's done, then I think we're good. But in the meantime, I think we're going to break this down a little bit, remove some of this plastic, clean it up, and then just give it an overall once over, get it looking good. So let's do that. All right, we'll plug a few things back together here. Got a screwdriver over here. Yeah. Oh, for fuck's sake. All right, so we got you, we got you. What are you? Oh, yeah, you. So I wonder if I put you there and I put you on there, push you down there. Still a little tacky, but is that going to go in? Huh? I'm going to make that a little bit bigger. I don't know if I can pull that in or not. Okay. Your Hulk Hogan died today?
Huh?
Hulk Hogan died today.
Yeah, I just saw my one buddy's taking it hard. He was like, I see no Hogan.
And Malcolm
Yeah, the
too.
jazz.
Hmm?
Yeah, the Malcolm, the musician, right?
No, from he was the remember the Cosby Show,
Yeah.
the son,
Oh
him.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
I was thinking there's another jazz great that died. He was from like the 90s. But, that's weird.
Hmm?
Oh, wait,
Why
no,
is that
that's
so
got it.
loose?
Yeah,
Like
what's
what?
that's got it.
Like why is it so loose? Like that's not right.
Did you watch wrestling?
As a kid, yeah.
Yeah. Some of my buddies are like 40, 30 something years old. They still love wrestling.
Yeah.
Teach his own.
Said to each his own. Well, back in the day, it was
My dad, if I put on wrestling, my dad would be like, "Why don't you watch real fight?" He would be roasting my ass. They always watched like early UFC before it was Dana White's thing. The Tank and all those guys. My dad would.
So let's grab you. Thank you. I'm gonna go get you all tightened back down and snugged up in there as soon as I find. Whew, what are you? You are not right. Where my red should go? There we go. Nope, 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 nope. What's the matter?
Like the big version you just made in there.
What's that, buddy?
That thing you put for the roller in there, the paperclip thing you made, fabricated. That's
Oh
what
yeah,
it was. Protect it.
oh yeah, little guy like that. Yeah. Put you in there. Oh, you get over here. We'll put you like that. I'll put you on the other side. Put you in here. All right, that's okay. I'll get another screw for it. They might have been out to begin with. Ah, and then I got to tip you up because I got to put you back in there. So all we got to do is wait on the one part.
I think we should.
Huh? You think we should spray it?
Yeah, well, if you're gonna, it's
Okay.
close.
Huh? 50.
Do my driveway? Oh,
What do you got? Is it mile long?
no. It was just high. It was messed up. And it was crazy. It's like, I'll do your sidewalk. I said, no.
So would I.
I just shoveled this. We don't want to go
Well, let me know if you change your mind. Because next time I'm just going to hit this edge over here. I'm not getting all up in there, so I'm just gonna.
said change your mind all the time.
No, me. Like, if you change your mind, you're gonna pay $50. Let me know. I'll come over with this and I'll do it. Yeah. Damn right.
My buddy got one, like, when he bought a house, and he's got one of those big ass Jeeps, like, and he never used it. And I know that thing's sitting there rotting in his garage. It doesn't have a door. I'm like, he wasted so much money. Never got it. Buy something so much money and never do. It's great. I was always using some bullshit weed whipper. My buddy's thing was he's got one of those brand new still 4-stroke ones. That's it's a difference. Those things don't have.
What are you using it for?
Just weed whipping around my house. The 4-stroke one, the weed whipper.
Oh yeah.
In my house, so I'm letting keep shit over there.
Huh?
Don't know how technical it is.
Oh, now stop it. Jesus, Mike. It's gotta leave some patina on it, man. Jeez. Huh?
What's the park?
It is Petcock. Yeah. I hate that stupid name. It's like you got a pet rooster or a pet something else. I don't know. But I hate that name.
Never
So
broke it down that way. I've heard it a million times. Never heard it. It does fucking sound weird.
yeah, it sounds weird. You either got a pet rooster or pet something else, you know, or you like to pet something else, you know. I don't know. So I just call it the fuel shutoff valve.
Yeah,
Yeah, it makes me feel better.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't trust whoever made that one up. Well, that's why I call mine the thing is Doodads, Gadgets, and Gizmos, because half the time I don't know what the hell it is. I just know it kind of supposed to do something like this maybe, and you know it's not doing that. So let's see what we can do to make it do that. I don't
Do
know
you
what.
ever use a word? Like, do you have a word that you said or people around you said that you realized this ain't a word that you can use?
I'm sure there's a lot of them, just none of them are coming to mind right now.
My family always said cattywampus.
Cattywampus. It's all cattywampus. That's a word. It means all messed up. Yeah, cattywampus.
I didn't know it.
That's a word.
My grandma, my dad, my uncle always said that, and then like I had to talk to my cousins. My cousins took the word.
I know what it meant as soon as you said it. Cattywampus.
Yeah, you know.
That thing's all cattywampus.
I don't know if that's from my granny's family. That's
That's exactly what it means. All messed up. Yeah. Yeah. Well, like I said, I'm from so far down south, they had to pump sunshine to me. So there was some words that I brought with me up here, and people were looking at me just all cross-eyed, like, what? Yeah, no. There we go. All right. Let's go ahead and drop the oil on this while we're waiting on our other little part. See what we're dealing with. Uh-oh. Oh, yeah. That's been in there a while. A lot of gas in it. It's almost like water.
Looks like something weird.
Huh?
Looks a little weird texture.
Yeah, it's got a lot of gas in it, so it was like somebody was yanking on this thing for about an hour.
That's what
maybe pouring gas in it. Yeah, because the gas goes up in the combustion chamber where, so you got your piston comes up and down. And right on top of that is a combustion chamber. And valves open, things happen, intake, and it sprays fuel down into that chamber, and your spark sparks, and it basically explodes and pushes the piston back down, and then it centrifugally comes back up and it blows it back down, boom, 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 like that. Well, if it's not firing, right? So, for example, I opened this up and the spark plug wasn't even, the lightning cable wasn't even plugged in. So they were probably trying to start it, and the combustion chamber is getting fuel put in there, but it's not lighting off. And then the fuel will drain around the rings down into the oil. Yeah. And so, and that happens, and you can smell, the gas in the oil, and that's from just.
Before keep just yanking it, you should figure out what's going on, why it's not starting, instead of just keep yanking.
Yeah, right. You're going to yank it a couple times. You're going to get frustrated. You're going to try choking it, yanking it a few times, and then it's not starting. Then it's time to stop. And like I said, you're going to check for. You need a couple things for an engine to run, right? You need compression, right? So you got to have compression. You need fuel, and you need spark. If you have those three things, odds are it's going to run. Even if it runs like crap, it's going to run, right? So if you go yanking on something 20 times and it's not starting, then you start breaking it down. You go in and you say, okay, it ran yesterday, so it's likely not combustion. It's probably going to be something to do with either fuel, which is most likely, or spark. And with this the way it was, with it missing the on and off, and this was bent here, so this was turned past the on, and so there was no telling where it was at. And so they think they have it on or whatever, I don't know. And they yank, and nothing happens. They park it over. So, it just gets, the oil gets full of fuel like that.
Yeah.
And when that happens, it gets thinner and thinner.
It looks thin.
Yeah, it's pretty thin. And the reason being is, again, it's getting washed out with fuel.
That should just be black.
And now,
That should just look black. Black. Oil.
no, it should look, well, here. Hold on, don't get too far down, but it's going to look almost like
Yeah, okay.
like toffee,
Yeah,
molasses.
Okay.
That's what what it should look like, right? But obviously it doesn't. So,
How you dumping oil in this?
well,
Yeah, oil cap.
yeah, it goes into the oil cap here, so you need a fancy little.
You got a little phone.
Mm-hmm. There we go. I like that.
Innovation.
All right. Well, that's that. We got her going. Got a nice little oil change on it. Looks like she's gonna run good. Now, all we have to do is wait for our little part to come in. Well, good morning, guys. It is officially August 1st. Now, this little guy, we wrapped this up for the most part around the 24th, but there was one little part that I needed to call it a day, and it finally arrived. Now, I don't know why it always happens this way, but when you order something, one little thing, this is what we needed, and you get a window of delivery. So it said it could arrive between the 29th and the 31st. Well, what you know it, it arrived on the 31st at around 8 p.m. So there you go. I don't know, when you have like service coming and they give you a window from noon to 4, it's always 4. Why does it work that way? I don't know. But this was it. So we're going to pop that in there and then we're going to call this thing done. But let's get down in there and look why we need this. Okay, so you guys remember the fuel shutoff valve here? Well, right back here you have your stem, and back in here you have your, I don't know, your retention plate or whatever, but there's little notches in here that act, and there's fabrication on the stem here that act as stop points for on and off. So if you twist it, you feel it stop, and also you get the indicator from our little part that we ordered, on, off, right? Or I'm sorry, got our little indicator here, off, on, off, right? So that in conjunction with those stop points, you know where you're at. But when you go to using twisty pliers or channel locks or vice grips, you're twisting this thing. What happened was when they were using that, they forced the stem past the stop point and bent this flange back here out. So once that happened, you never really knew where it was at, right? So you turn it all the way over here and maybe right here, and it might be partially opening, letting some go-go juice through, and it might run, might not, and you turn it back, twist back. Anywho, we didn't want that happening anymore. And if you see right here, there's square, 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 curve. And if you look right in the back of our little thing there, we got square, 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 curve. So if we match the curve up to the square parts, maybe, could be, should be, I don't know. There we go. So it is in the off position. So we guessed that right, but I knew where it was at. And then you just go, and it's on. So let's go to the bench. We're going to get our little screw here. It's a special metric screw, and we're going to put a little bit of Loctite juice on it, because what probably happened is this vibrated out, vibrated, it fell out, and then on the next pass through, it got flung into the neighbor's yard, maybe broke a window or something, who knows, but it was long gone. So we got a new one, finally arrived, so let's button this thing up, and since this has been sitting here for a few days, we'll be able to do a real test, give it a couple yanks, and see if it fires up. Let's finish this thing up. Okay, so let's pull our fancy little part out of there. And we are going to drop a little bit of this thread juice on there. Oop. And maybe that will help it not do that again. I can't believe we had to wait all that time for this little guy. Boop. There we go. On. No fuel leaking out. Off. We were able to get this to reseat, which was good because this thing was very expensive. But now that we were able to get it reseated, get the retention flange back in there unbent and put back into the way it goes. So once everything was reseated, the valve was reseated and everything, that leak went away. So there we go, on, off, and that's all we were waiting on. So let's stand back and let's see if this thing will fire up. Okay, so we are going to do it like we should do it. Hang tight. Here we go. All right, this will work. So it's 1999. We just got this thing home. We're going to fire it up. We put some go-go juice in it. We're ready to go. So got the manual handy. We're going to look here. We're going to look at the manual. I'm going to toss that over there, and we're going to read this because the manual, there's just too much in the manual. So to start, turn the fuel valve knob to on position. We can do that now. Okay, pull choke. All right. There we go. Turn engine switch to on. Okay, pull starter grip.
When engine starts, push choke knob to normal position. To stop, switch engine to off.
Then turn fuel valve knob off. Boom. And that's it. 1999, running like 2024. Okay, 25. It's running good. Running good, looks a lot better. I think this old girl's got a few years left in her. So I hope you guys had fun because I know I sure did. Always enjoy working on these things. And, like always, take care of your tools. They'll take care of you. Yeah. See you guys on the next one.